Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, friends and foes alike, welcome to this new little video. We have a Hunt Showdown Web of the Empress event survey here. They promise us it will only take 15 to 20 minutes, we will see about that, and it will end on November 3rd, 12 AM CET, Frankfurt time. If I make it in time this time, which I hope, I'll put it out with the link in the description, and also I won't cut much in this one because I hope I can talk in some fluent way at least. So maybe consider this as a good night podcast or so, I have no idea. Let's have a look at what they want to know from us about this event, shall we? First of all, on a scale from 1 to 5, how enjoyable is Hunt Showdown to play for this update? I want to be honest, this is the most enjoyable time for me to play Hunt. I'm still hesitant to click extremely enjoyable for a personal reason, and that is that the short break between the two events was too short. I grinded prestigious before and now again, but that's not a game issue, that's a me issue. But yeah, I think overall it's the most enjoyable... my apologies. Yes. I blocked the script, sorry. It's the most enjoyable state so far. I started playing Hunt shortly before the 2.0 update, and so far this is the most enjoyable and best Hunt experience for me personally. Especially love the tarot cards. So that's actually my biggest thing here. I think right now, in a balanced way and in a content way and in a gameplay cycle way, this is the best Hunt has been ever since I started playing it. I don't know about before that obviously, but so far this is for me the best that's ever been. We don't have hyping issues most of the time, we don't have too many cheaters. I faced like 2 ever since the Garden of the Witch started, but I'm 100% sure that they are cheating. I've not seen too many bugs, of course a few like the main menu going back to the end game screen and whatnot, but overall it was good, I guess. Which statement best describes your behavior as you play an update for the first time? I follow all updates through thoroughly before playing. I like to know the main changes before playing. I follow the highlights but mostly learn from playing. I prefer to dive in with little to no prep. I avoid all info to discover everything organically. Yeah, I'm definitely prepping the shit out of every single update. Reading the patch notes. Theory crafting in my head already. How would you rate the Battle Pass rewards for the Web of the Empress? The charms. What charms did we have? Oh wait. Can I... Yep. Let me boot up Hunt real quick. Let me mute that real quick. Yeah, you will see Hunt now there. Actually, let's change the scene. Let's change the scene, that makes it easier. Here. I muted Hunt, so you will still hear only my voice. I will put some music afterwards, but it's making it easier. Yeah, now you have the donation goals, but If you want to support me, please go ahead and do so. It would highly help me out and makes it hopefully possible to push out videos like this every single time when something like this happens. And now I need to wait for my PC to boot Hunt. Bam, 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 bam. You might hear a slight background echoing of the music. Oh yeah, I got a CSI, cool. And a shitload of Twitch drops. For documentation. CSI is a cool job. So, Battle Pass. We got the Coin of Umai. That was actually cool. I wouldn't use it personally, but it looks cool. Then we had the Hangman's Curse. That was actually pretty cool. Then we had the Avenger's Oath. Yeah, sure. Nothing here. And the Avenger. The final one. I just realized I don't have that yet, but it also looks really cool. Yep, okay. Charms are looking cool. I like that. If the game would... Yeah, thank you. Equipment animations. We had the spider on the Vetterli. We had the Karasing on the Mosin. We had the punching on the conversion. That I don't get up to this day because I have no idea about weapons IRL. The dynamite stick. Yeah, another spinning animation. It's cool though. Spider and that's it, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're also really cool. Where's my server here? Yeah. I don't get the conversion, but it might be because I don't know about stuff. Equipment skins. Oh, actually, I want to have that gap here because equipment skins were really, really cool. No matter if you look at the Envenom for the Vetterli or the Vertebra for the Marathon or the Black Silk for the Mosin, the Splintered Jaw skins for the uppercuts, and what else do we have? I don't know. The choke bombs and whatnot, the Centennial. That all was really, really cool. I really love these skins. Of course, I don't play everything so far as much because I don't have all the stuff unlocked all the time because of prestiging. But really, really cool skins. Hunters. Godlike, same. The Hanged Man, the Stormseer, also really, really cool. Stormseer is not over the top. It's really like a person that could also exist in our world, but also perfectly fits the hunt thingy. It's amazing. Hanged Man is one of these a little over the top, but still very, very cool ones. And the Empress, absolutely amazing. It's probably my top 5 of the hunters that I own. And considering I have a lot of hunters that I own, that's actually pretty good, I guess. How did you feel about the speed of the battle pass progression for this update? I'm not a good measurement for that because I have a lot of time on my hand. And I was done quite fast. I would say about right. Overall, how would you rate the battle pass for the Web of the Empress? Very satisfied. Please explain your rating. Overall, really cool themes and settings and designs. Especially love the Envenom and Black Silk. Envenom, Black Silk, Stormseer and Empress. How was your experience fighting the Bile Weavers? As solos, somewhat difficult. The mass is at some point getting to it. In the beginning I was like, this is really, really cool. And now we are halfway through the event, and I'm honestly a bit annoyed by them, especially in the hideout. At the towers, that's fine. At the other locations where they can spawn, like on the bridges, on Bayou, for example, or Lawson, that's perfectly fine. If it's like 5, 6, that's okay. Or 3 to 6, or 2 to 6, depending on. That's perfectly fine. Because in some towers they can spawn 4, and for example the Salt in the south they can spawn 4 on some towers. But the nest is really fucking disgusting. As a team it's fine. How did you feel about the mounts of the following aspects about the Bile Weavers? Bile Weaver poison spit damage. That's fine. The jump attack damage is also fine. The numbers is too much. Number of Bile Weavers at the nest is definitely too much. Yes, you have the tower card, but the tower card is rather rare, and therefore it's tricky to time it. And even though I sometimes want to use the tower card for something else, I still keep it for the next time I visit the nest. Because the nest is freaking disgusting sometimes. Not all variations of the nest, by the way, there are a few that are really, really cool. Because they are more unique now. And I love that. But some of these designs are so narrow and so close that you trigger 12 eggs at the same time and then you just die sometimes. How much do you agree or disagree with the following statements regarding the Bile Weavers? I understand when eggs were going to pop. Yes, strongly agree. I understood what triggered eggs to pop. Yes, as well. The eggs were visible enough. Oh yes, definitely. How do you feel about the Bile Weaver encounters overall? If you asked me this 5 days after the event started, I would be very satisfied. Now, neither, I guess. The Bile Weavers in the beginning were really cool and gave a really nice twist to the game, and the arsenal of enemies grew in a good way. After several weeks of visiting the nest, they get slightly annoying though. The smaller groups at towers or hunting watchtowers are nice, but the big one feels overwhelming sometimes, especially in smaller, more narrow nest variants. So, here are some of the UI changes, what is updated in more detail. Lobby and home screen rework. Old home screen deprecated. All game modes are accessible from a single lobby screen. No need to reform parties when changing modes. Progression screens are now under the career tab. Last mission stats and team details visible in the lobby. Viewable, okay, not visible, viewable. I was confused for a second. The news feed has been relocated to the top right corner. Matchmaking for a third player. Duos can now search for a random third. Yep, never used that. Solo players will now be able to match with other solos or with a duo. Yep, no idea. Trades in the gear section. Trades are now embedded in the gear screen. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I love that one. Added shortcuts to clear all trades with confirmation button. Yep, cool. Removal of rarity system, really cool. Bundle UX overhaul, also cool. So, how do you feel about the matchmaking for third player? Not applicable. Removing of the rarity system, very satisfied. Lobby home screen rework, very satisfied. Trades in the gear screen, very satisfied. Bundle UX overhaul. Yeah, I can't say anything bad specifically about it at the moment. I still think it's weird that sometimes bundles are time limited and then or parts of the single bundles come back and others don't. But that's just a unique thing to the game, I guess. How would you rate your overall experience with the UI? Satisfied. The UI improved a lot ever since the 2.0 launch. Please keep up the good work. I especially would love to see something old new for the mission summary. The old animations counting up the money and experience gathered in the last help me. Last mission. God damn it, simple words. Felt just so much more satisfying than the current numbers simply going up. You know this old sound where you had this thing drop down and then split up? Once at experience, once at money. This was really cool. That was really amazing. That was really satisfying in a way. I wish that would be back. Or in a similar way, I don't know. Or a different way, but just something that's feeling as impactful and pushing. How often do you believe you are encountering a cheater in a mission? Not that often, actually. Sometimes it's sus but explainable. Like, you shoot somebody, they don't die. But they also killed you beforehand, so they actually get rampage and then your arm shot doesn't kill them anymore, stuff like this. So, once in 20 missions maybe. In the past 3 months, has the frequency of encountering cheaters changed for you? I would say it has decreased a bit. At least I feel like it. Nah, I don't think so. I mean, easy anti-cheat is terrible still, but hey. Here are some balance changes for this update in more detail. The world toolboxes have now a small chance to give you regeneration shots. Weak. Antidote, regeneration, stamina, vitality and recovery shots. Poison bombs, concertina bombs, dark dynamite satchels. How do you feel about the changes for the loot pool for toolboxes and corpses in this update? Oh, happy. How was your overall bounty clash experience? Not applicable. How does the bounty clash question come in this? What? Huh? Did I miss something? This is world toolboxes now have a small chance to give you. Yes, okay, sure. How do you feel about changes to the loot pool? Yes, okay. How was your overall bounty clash experience with the Moses? What forms of merchandise would you like us to produce? Optional. What? Huh? Where did we take that turn? Okay, that's confusing. I mean, yeah, it's of course 3 unique questions, but with this all here... Why not give a comment for this? I want to go into detail that I like that the Dark Dynamite satchels are there, but I would also like to see flash bombs. Okay. What kind of merch would I like to see? I don't know, I'm mostly... So I got 2 t-shirts, I probably will buy a 3rd one at some point, but that's it. Beanies maybe. I usually wear beanies, so... Overall, how would you rate the tarot card gameplay experience? Very satisfied. Please explain your rating. I overall like the concept. Some seem more useful than others, but none of them actually feel useless at all. Oh god, I'm coughing. I need to go grab a drink, I guess. Well, we should be done soon here. Tarot cards can only be obtained in world within a mission through looting enemy hunter corpses or through progression on your dark tribute. How do you feel about the different ways the tarot cards can be obtained? I like it, thank you. How do you feel about the inclusion of the following tarot cards for the event? The Tower. I like it a lot. The World. I like it. The Empress. I like it a lot. That's the best card for solo players. Hands down. And even in teams you have really cool effects on this. The Chariot. I like a lot as well. The Devil. The Devil is a coin flip. The exclusion of shotguns is nice. At the same time, if you play a shotgun build, you are completely out of this card. But you also don't want to drop it in the map, because if somebody with duelist finds it, you are doomed. If you play duelist yourself though, this is amazing. Crackshot was similar strong, I guess, I don't know. At least to me it feels like Crackshot was similar strong. The Sun is really cool. The Hanged Man, yep, that was all really cool. The Magician, meh. The Magician is also a coin flip again. The Magician is really situational. I would never ever bring the Magician from my stash at home into the map. But if I find it in the map and the bounty carrier is somewhere around, I will drop it definitely. The problem on the Magician is that the gain is not enough to sacrifice a slot from the get-go. If you would remove the heavy bleeding or lower it to light bleeding or so, yeah, it would make more sense. But I don't want to bring a card into the game that gives me heavy bleed from the get-go. Judgment doubles all your current buff times, reduce the HP to 1. I like that a lot. That's actually really cool balance. I also like that you get actually a drawback from that you can't just pop it in a fight. The Fool, I like it, but I don't know if you saw this on stream, but I had a moment where I played a Fool and then I found another Fool. So I played the second Fool and I got the Fool again. And then I did this like 6-7 times, and then at some point I stopped getting the Fools. So there's a limit to it that nobody's explained. Not sure. The Garden, fully healed and removes bleeding. Oops, the complete heal. Yeah, I like that. The Moon, also I really liked it. What do you think about the balance for the following tarot cards for this event? The Empress is definitely somewhat powerful. You still need to be able to use it. The Devil is really powerful. Again, coin flip, but still. In the best case scenario, this is really powerful. The drawback of losing a health chunk, yeah, it hurts, but if you're playing a team, or if you know you want to play that, then you just bring small bars. Relentless is also a thing, you can somewhat counter this. It still feels really strong. The Garden, about right. Tower also about right, Judgment also, Magician somewhat weak. It's really actually very weak. It's somewhat situational. The Fool about right, the Moon about right, the Sun about right, the World about right. I think Man feels somewhat strong. And the Chariot also somewhat strong. What should happen to the draw cards after Web of the Empress ends? They should remain cards active regardless if an event is there or not. I don't want to buy them. I don't want you to put price tags on them. They should be staying in the game. But they should be scarce. You should be finding them in the game. You can loot them from other hunters. That's perfectly fine. Maybe have a unique tarot card reading table in some compounds or so. I don't know. Or make it randomly spawn in some compounds. The Bileweaver Nest. How easy or difficult was it for you or your team to do the following while playing on the Bileweaver Nest? Defending the compound. Considering the audio works right, it was somewhat easy. Attacking the compound was more difficult in my opinion. Finding items within the compound was about right because we wanted some chaos, even though some of them are like really weird. Navigating through the compound, somewhat difficult depending on the layout. Some of the more narrow ones were really weird in how to find the items and how to get there and how to get out again. But if you get used to it, I guess it's fine. How do you feel about the following aspects of the Bileweaver Nest? Location of the compound on the map. Yeah, well, that's random. I guess I liked it. Aesthetics, I liked a lot. Compound pathing is yeah, neither. That's my biggest problem. Size of the compound is fine, I guess. How do you feel about your gameplay experience with the Bileweaver Nest? Yeah, I guess satisfied. Overall, really cool. Just a few variants that are really narrow can cause issues on fights with all the 200 Bileweavers spawning at the same time on top of several teams pushing you. Which server do you play primarily on? Europe. Do you use a VPN? No. In general, what is your ping to the primary game server? Less than 50. During up at 2.5 years. Unsuccessful reconnects never. Disconnected from server. Almost never. Ping spikes. Once in 5 missions. Ping spikes were a terrible thing, especially in the end. Yesterday so if you watched, I record this after I had a stream that I had to stop because my internet connection was bad. But that was not on the hunt servers, that was my internet connection itself. Still I have ping spikes, not every mission, but at least every fifth mission. Rubber banding a lot less actually, once every 10-20 missions nowadays. It's worse if I play with Dexter, because then we play on a different cluster, I guess. But if I play solo, basically almost never, but still it's happening. Yeah, it should be fine. How do you feel about the thunder shower time of day? I'm very satisfied with that. Across all of our maps, please rank the following times of day in order which you like to play the most to least. Oh, yikes. Thunder shower is definitely somewhere up. Fog, yeah. Neutral is probably. Night is also kinda high. Sunset is rather low. Gold? What's gold exactly? Is that What's gold exactly? Let me... Oh, that is my browser. Give me a second. Give me a second. What is gold weather? Ah, that's gold. Okay, that's actually cool. That's actually cool. That's on the same level as neutral for me. I just saw some pictures on the wiki. The wiki can actually show you again. Give me a second. So the gold stuff is basically the whole bright thing. Sundown is fine, but not as good. That's the old wiki, I guess. Gold is good. I would put Thunder Shower still higher. Night Thunder Shower. Night is probably my favorite time. Yeah, I complain about a bit, but neutral, gold, fog. I might actually like fog more. So my problem is, my problem is I usually complain about if I get fog or night or whatever if I play a scope. But I actually like these times more. That's why I usually don't bring a scope. Sometimes a Deadeye, but Deadeye is still fine at night. Yeah, dusk and sunset are like where I personally can see the least, so yeah, let's go. In 2.5 added the new options for choosing hunter selected equipment when they pick up. Weapons, when enabled, weapons will automatically be selected. Tools, when enabled, picked up tools will be automatically selected. How do you feel about this feature? I like it a lot. How do you prefer your set options for this feature? Weapons, switched on. Consumables and tools, switched off. I had that issue when I picked up 8 throwing knives and wanted to switch to the gun in between because I was fighting that I always picked up my throwing knives, so nah. How do you feel about the addition of the falling equipment? Powder keg, I like it. It's too much at the moment, but I like it. Wildland, didn't play that much, but I like it a lot. Homestead as well. What do you think about the balance of the falling equipment? Powder keg is about right. Can be abused, yes, sure. The powder keg in itself is fine. If you go the long way and look at incendiary ammo and alert trips and all that stuff, it's probably very powerful on itself. It's fine. The wildland and the homestead. The wildland is definitely somewhat powerful, but it's crossing there. But the homestead is definitely too strong. I enjoy it a lot when I play it. I barely saw it used against me when I think about it. But it's like you have the damage of the Romero, which has the downside of if you miss your shot, you are doomed. On the same distance or even further than the Romero, but you have 2 shots. Mixed feelings about that. Currently in Showdown, you may encounter players from different platforms. Yeah, you can see PC Game Pass players on Steam. Some other shooter games offer crossplay between PC and console players. Theoretically, having all players available to play together means you have a bigger pool of players for matchmaking. This would theoretically lead to lower queue times and better match balance. However, there are also variations between the input methods, keyboard and mouse versus controller, that we understand not all players perceive as leading to fair matches. An option for dealing with this is to allow players on any platform to choose if they do or do not want to be opt-in or out of crossplay queues. How do you feel about the idea of opt-in out crossplay feature between PC and consoles for Hunt Showdown in the future? Yes, I like it. Dead by Daylight, Valorant doesn't have it, but Dead by Daylight has it, Rainbow Six Siege has it, and I guess For Honor even has it, crossplay. But you can opt out of it. I personally know that there are console players that can play better on gamepad than I can on mouse and keyboard. And I know that vice versa it's true the same, and I know that many people have this stupid console war going on, and that many people are this PC master race versus console war and whatnot. I don't give a shit. We all enjoy the same game, and I guess I'm good on that. So, yep, bring it up. Which platform do you play primarily? Steam? How are you playing Hunt Showdown through Xbox? No, I'm not. How many hours in total have you played Hunt? More than 1,000. We are almost cracking 2,000 soon. In the past 2 months, how many hours did you play Hunt Showdown? A lot. Way too many, actually. Is Hunt Showdown the primary game you play and follow? It's one of many games I play regularly. Exactly 2. Hunt Eve. Yeah. Alright. That it. I'm a bit surprised that the survey was more detailed again. Wait, let me quit Hunt again. The game, I mean, not the whole playing. I'm a bit surprised that the survey was a lot more focused around the specific items again, which is a positive surprise. I'm also surprised about the crossplay thingy, because I actually didn't expect them to consider crossplay because of the difference in input. But yeah, overall, I think this was a good survey. I'm looking forward to see what other people will say and how far off I am with my opinion here again, because I know for a fact that Psycho Ghost will upload this video probably the next few days as well. If he hasn't already, I don't know. And also many others will do this survey again. So yeah. Let me know about your opinions on my opinions in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely day. Thanks for listening to this almost 40-minute podcast. Holy shit. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. See you around in the Bayou or the Gulch or the Saal or Lawson or New Eden. Have a good day. Bye bye.